Hello, world and universe. Welcome to the Trevor Donald Experience. And man, we had one heck of a weekend last weekend. We had CoCo Gauff win the 2023 Women's U.S. Open. And we had Coach Primetime Deion Sanders with the Colorado Buffaloes win their second game against the Nebraska Cornhuskers. So we had two great black representations of folks doing extremely well. But the first person I wanted to talk about was CoCo. Man, was that an amazing scenario. 19 years old out of Atlanta, Georgia, and to come and capture the U.S. Open was a fantastic thing. Just when the WTA thought that that era of Venus and Serena has recently ended, we have two women of color that are taking that baton and moving forward. Naomi Osaka won the U.S. Open a couple of years ago and retired, if you remember, for those who follow tennis. And then she had a baby, and now she's coming back. And now we have CoCo, who just won here recently. They are going to be the new faces of female tennis. They are taking the place of Venus and Serena. Naomi's 25 and CoCo is 19. So the WTA might be in trouble for the next 20 years. They may have a similar run just like Venus and Serena. Another comparison to Venus and Serena is both of those young ladies come from two-parent households, which are very important in today's time with all the urban and inner city violence and degradation and denigration that's going on, that's defaming black folks' legacy and our future. We need great representation, especially for black women and black men, to be in leadership roles and to do well. So with Naomi, CoCo, Coach Primetime at Colorado, those are great representations of what black folks should look like in America today. And all of this demise with rap music and sexism and the drug culture, single parent households, we need to go back to the 70s where we have some kind of moral fortitude and aptitude for loving each other. And CoCo winning the U.S. Open is a wonderful and beautiful thing. I have two beautiful daughters. CoCo reminds me of them. I'm Deion Sanders' age, and so his legacy and his representation as a father, as a coach, changing the narrative in college football and what a coach looks like, a professional coach on the high school, the college, and professional rankings is a wonderful thing. I think it's always important for us as a culture to progress is that we have to shake the olive tree. We have to shake those dead leaves and get some new, fresh ones to come to the forefront. And Coach Primetime is doing that. CoCo is doing it. Tiger did it in the past. And people have to remember, you have the system working against Coach Primetime, against CoCo. You're in an all-white narrative. The history of college coaches, the history of professional tennis and professional golf. It takes a very strong person, a God-fearing person, a person with a lot of self-confidence, a inner belief system. A person is willing to put in the hard work to practice by themselves for hours on hours each and every day to lead to this kind of success. And we need more images of this. Barack Obama was a great image as the president for 8 years. You had so many people in an uproar about one black president when we've had 47 white presidents. The selfishness and egregiousness of the American system is at a premium. But it's amazing how that same system, when we do have someone that comes out of the dirt and washes themselves off and becomes a shining star in the sky, then the system wants to support it because they can monetize it. It's amazing how Tiger Woods changed the entire financial landscape of golf. And no other white golfer or any other golfer has ever been able to do it. Tiger Woods came on the scene, and the Masters had to change their entire golf course when he won it in 1996 and demolished the records. And what he did for golf from an advertising and a marketing standpoint worldwide has never been done in the past, the present, and may never be done again in the future. What Michael Jordan did for basketball worldwide has never been done. What Muhammad Ali did for boxing worldwide has never been done. So you have all these individuals that became leaders, that went from dusk to dawn to the sunshine. We need to applaud them and support them. It's an individual journey. There are a lot of haters out there, but somehow these young men and women find a way to rise to the top. They remind me of when I went to graduate school. I was the only African American, didn't have any mentors, no black professors that I could identify with, and it was a very lonely and singular space, but I got it done. And I studied 4 to 6 hours during the week and 10 to 12 hours on the weekends. It's the same kind of vestige and the same kind of energy that you have to have and desire to be successful. And CoCo is displaying that at 19 years old. Naomi at 25. These are young people doing great things, and I think the young people in our urban markets in Chicago and Philadelphia, Memphis, that are doing all these damaging and dangerous things to themselves and to others need to take a look. There is a shining light on the other side of the road. You just have to get there, and it's not always easy. I'm 55 years old. You can see me with all this gray. Those are years of experience. And to see these young people taking hold of their existence and their future is a beautiful thing. What Primetime is doing with these young men in Colorado, he's another guy, just like Tiger Woods. He's changing the narrative, what it looks like to be a leader. He's changing the commerce in Colorado, the state, the city of Boulder, the university, the coaching staff, the student body. The student body will increase. Tourism will increase. Hotel stay will increase in Colorado. Deion Sanders' effect will be $1 billion in positive revenue in 1 year. So all the naysayers and the people that look like Deion, that don't agree with him, we should support that gentleman. He is bringing more light to Boulder, Colorado than probably anybody has ever done. The way Ali did to boxing. When Deion beat TCU, it was like Ali beating Liston the first time. Then he came back and beat Nebraska. That was Ali Liston 2. Then his next game, I think, is against Colorado State, an in-state rival. That he will win that game, and that would be him. That would be Ali beating Patterson. History is repeating itself. It's prophetic. CoCo is a semblance of Serena and Venus. We are not reinventing the wheel. We're just passing the baton. So please continue to do it. Please support these individuals. Even if the system doesn't like it, they like the money. They like the money. They like the attention. They like the marketing. Anything that's different has a very difficult time. Anything that's different than the norm has a very difficult time getting above the average. But once it gets above that space and becomes this singular entity, then everybody says, oh, that's not crazy. That makes sense. And let's monetize it and let's take advantage of it. And that's what's going to take place. Now, Naomi, And CoCo, the more that they win, they'll go up against the same kind of disparaging scenarios that Venus and Serena went through, but it won't be the first time. That's what CoCo and Naomi have to remember. The things that Tiger Woods went through. The next golfer of color will go through some of the same similar scenarios, but we all find a way to conquer and overcome it. So please have the intuition that you are the best, that God gave you a gift, to utilize that gift. And once the world sees it, they will all jump on board. You're crazy until you become accomplished. Remember that. Doing anything different. Be a wolf, not a sheep. A wolf can kill 100 sheep, but be a wolf in a positive way. Go on your own independent journey. When 100 people think they know where they're going this way and you're the one person going that way and not sure, you will probably end up better off than those 100 people because you're doing something independent. You're shaking up the narrative. The lexicon in life is a yin and yang, a black and white. But you can go right down the middle and find your way and merge those two. The black and the white, the yin and the yang, the yes and the no, the right and the wrong. So be a righteous, good person. And look at these two scenarios that are taking place right in front of our eyes and encapsulate the moment with Coach Primetime. What he's doing with these young men. Teaching them how teamwork is important. How it's not about individuality. It's about productivity. It's about practice. It's about living with a purpose. CoCo is displaying the same thing. She's an individual tennis player going up against the entire world. Gauff needs another black Tiger Woods. Let's just be honest. Somebody that's different, it sells. Somebody that comes from nothing, that beats the odds. That is a great American storyline. And that's what's taking place today. Barack Obama's story was a great storyline. He broke the odds and the statistics. And young black folks in these urban markets, be different. Don't do what you think the system expects you to do. To be uneducated, to be jobless, to be incarcerated. Do something different. It's a lot easier and it's a much more healthier lifestyle. So watch young black girls. Watch CoCo. Watch Naomi. Young black men, listen to Primetime. He's teaching these young men not only about the skills of football, but the skills of life. And that's what's more important. Football has a very short window. Your life has a greater window. You can only utilize your hands and your feet for so long, but you can utilize this forever. There's no limitation on your mind and your heart. So my YouTube channel is about education and being informative, having a PhD in common sense, living with empathy, consciousness, awareness, love, kindness, forgiveness, and trying to do the right thing. So let's support CoCo, give her flowers, and let's continue to support Coach Primetime and what he's doing with those young men at the University of Colorado, with the city of Boulder, with the state of Colorado, and with the nation and the NCAA Division I football system as a whole. He's shaking it all the way up. Nobody's getting more attention than Primetime and his young men. And it's not about him, it's about them. This is not a me world, this is a we world.